says her phone call with the county DA quickly went off course.
So then she said, well, I slightly reviewed your daughter's case, and I just wanted to let you know that I think that this would be a waste of my office's resources because we like to focus on real criminals. And I said, Miss Martin, I don't understand when child molesters stop being real criminals.
Bernadine Martin, the person elected to hold all criminals accountable in McKinley County. For this mom, one of them is the man her daughter says molested her for 2 years, starting when she was just 8 years old. We're not naming mom to protect her daughter's identity.
When she finally came forward and talked with me about it, it had been after quite a few months of really intensive therapy.
Mom says the Gallup Police Department and the state's Children, Youth, and Families Department immediately opened investigations. And after months of interviews, GPD says a detective hand-delivered the case to the DA, asking for charges against the girl's abuser.
You know, Bernadine Martin, she's a woman. She's a mother. How could a mother look at another child and what that child has been through and say, well, what happened to you wasn't real, and the person that did it isn't a criminal?
Mom says it took 6 weeks to get Martin to take that phone call. She was persistent because she was already aware there were ongoing issues with prosecutions in the county.
I just really didn't want my daughter's story to fall under the rug.
At this point, it's April 2025, and as we've reported, Martin should have had 8 assistant prosecutors, but had 0. So it was on her to handle every criminal case in the county. Mom's call log shows she spent the next 2 months calling the DA's office twice a week, hoping the DA changed her mind.
Because to me, if a child molester is not a real criminal, then what is a real criminal? You know, what categories are we putting this in? And that immediately told me her judgment of, is this how you see all the cases that come across your desk in regards to child molestation and child sexual assault?
In June, the DA told Mom a special prosecutor hired on contract would take the case. That attorney called the family a few weeks later, questioned the daughter for 45 minutes, and then promised, Mom says, charges would be filed within a week. It's now August. After 2 weeks went by and she heard nothing, Mom went right back to calling and texting for answers. A month later, the special prosecutor finally responded, quote, I am not prosecuting this matter. You are able to contact the DA about it.